Good evening, and we welcome you to Kolkata Center for Creativity. Before starting, I would love to introduce Kolkata Center for Creativity. It is a multidisciplinary interactive art center located in Kolkata. It works for inclusivity, capacity building, and well-being for artists and different community and society through presentation, promotion, appreciation of different art discipline in cultural landscape of contemporary India. Today, Roy Speak Through Graphic Design Session 3 is one of the initiatives that bringing a detailed discourse on illustrative construction of the posters, advertisement, booklet, and designing of title page of Satyajit Ray's film. Before we begin, I would like to invite our director, Ms. Reena Devan, to welcome everyone. Welcome, ma'am.
Good evening, everyone. Delighted to be here. I first of all would like to welcome back Debashish Da, Ujjwal Da, and of course our own Pinaki.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here. And it is becoming like a nasha for us to keep listening about Satyajit Ray. And we are not, every time we think, okay, this is our last one. And then we plan another one. So mujhe lag raha ki we have got into that thing that this is a genius. And the more I listen back to you again, because whenever a session is closed, we look back at the recording. And whenever I look back, I hear what you are all, are saying about him. I feel, marvelous, genius. It's like unbelievably genius person we had, and it's really not enough to listen about him. So thank you so much for being with us in this journey. Thank you everyone, the audience who are joining us and encouraging us to conduct more of these sessions, and we hope that next year we can culminate this talk series into a wonderful exhibition where people can actually engage physically with the with his genius artworks, and also again actually engage with you all, because we are going to conduct some sessions in the physical space also, and I hope we soon go back to the physical space, because enough is enough now. No more internet. So I hope you will have a wonderful session, and everybody please enjoy, and I'm myself looking forward to it. Thank you.
Thank you, Reena. Thank you, Reena. Wonderful.
Thank you, Reena.
ওকে, থ্যাংক ইউ ম্যাম, থ্যাংক ইউ ভেরি মাচ। আমরা সবাই জানি যে ছায়াছবিতে গ্রাফিক্সের ব্যবহারটা তার হাত ধরেই আসে, এবং এটি তার নিজের ফিল্মের পোস্টার, বিজ্ঞাপন, টাইটেল পেজ ইত্যাদিতে প্রতিফলিত হয়। একটি চলচ্চিত্রের পোস্টার মূলত সেই ফিল্মটির পরিচয় এবং তার মূল্যকে উপস্থাপন করে। তার নিজের হাতে ডিজাইন করা পোস্টারগুলো তার প্রতিটি চলচ্চিত্রের মতো অনন্য। এখানে তিনি ভিজুয়াল আর্ট এবং ফিল্মের একটা সমন্বয় ঘটান। The use of graphics in films comes from his own hands, and it is reflected in his own film posters, advertisement, title page, etc. A movie poster basically presents the identity and value of that film. His own hand-designed posters are as unique as each of his films. Here he shows a combination of visual art and film. Now I would like to introduce the moderators and speakers of today's program to the audience. Mr. Debashish Dev is a famous artist, illustrator, cartoonist. He has written a pioneering book on Satyajit Ray's graphic work. Ujjwal Chakraborty is a National Film Award winner. He has been working for last 40 years in multiple branches of media such as film direction, music direction, film script writing, TV anchoring, novel writing, book illustration, and film review. For the last 16 years, he is a regular faculty of animation films in the Indo-Italian Institute of Film and Mass Communication. Its Bengali name is Rupkola Kendra. Dr. Pinaki De is award-winning graphic illustrator and designer who regularly works for renowned publishers like Penguin Random House, Oxford University Press, Singapore University Press, and many others. His layout design on Satyajit Ray's archival manuscript has drawn accolades from all across the globe. Over to you, Pinaki Da.
Thank you, Moshumi. Yeah. So, welcome everyone for this session. This is basically the third session of, discussions regarding Ray's, genius about one area which we are not aware so much. Of course, we all know Ray as a filmmaker, but we are not so aware of the kind of designs, illustrations that he did for, for his own books, for his posters, for his films. So today, of course, I have to be very, very careful in demarcating the area in which we will speak. Today, we will only speak about that aspect of graphic design of Ray, which is related to his own films. Okay, so basically, we will be talk about the posters of his films. We will also talk about the booklets, the brochures that he designed. We will also talk about the advertising inserts that he created, and also the title cards, in the beginning of the film. So what is very important to understand that although we will be talking about the graphic artist of the artistry of Ray, we will confine our discussions to a certain area. So it will be very interesting if the people who are listening confine the questions to that area only, because why we are doing this separately, because we want to pay attention to every aspect of Ray. So we have done sessions on illustrations, so for people who have missed it, they can actually go back and look at them before. It is there in the Kolkata Creative KCC website or the Facebook page, so you can always look there. But here today we are there only to discuss things that is related to films. Now you have to understand that Ray's journey as a filmmaker started only in 1955 with Pather Panchali. We all know that. But what is very interesting about Ray is that Ray is almost like a one-man industry. He used to do everything, from first to last of everything related to the film itself. So, for example, he would actually, of course, write or maybe adapt the screenplay if the story is already there written by another great author. Then of course he's a director, he will be a music director, he will also plan his sets in a way. Although there was an art director, he would plan everything very meticulously. But what is very interesting is that he will also plan the publicity associated with filmmaking in an equally meticulous manner. And something that is not even thought of today, something that is unthinkable today, is that every poster, right from the smaller ones to the bigger ones, will be planned and done by Ray himself. So what we have done is we have divided the session into separate halves. So the first half of the session, we will actually have the noted illustrator Debashish Deb, who has actually worked on Ray for a long period of time. If you are interested, you can look at his book, which is in Bengali, Rong Tuli Shotyojit, and you can easily see the kind of work that he has done on Ray's graphic design. So the first half, we will actually have Debashish Da talking about this aspect of Ray, and then of course I will moderate the session in a way so that the second half of the session, we will have Ujjwal Chakraborty. Ujjwal, it is very interesting to note, that was also a companion of Ray. He was there as an observer in a lot of Ray's films. He was very close to Ray, and he's also a national award winning art, film critic, and he will have his own take on Ray. The very good thing about this discussion today is that both Debashish Da and Ujjwal Da are mavericks in their field, but they have a very different way of explaining the same thing. So without much ado, let us go to Debashish Da and listen to what Debashish Da has to offer today. So Debashish Da, I think it is best if you can begin your presentation, and you can have a time, you can take your time for at least 30 minutes, do a presentation. I will normally not interrupt you, maybe in one or two areas. If I think it is necessary, then only I will talk. Otherwise, it is important that you speak without any gap or break, and then we will move on to Ujjwal Da, who will do the same. So Debashish Da, please.
Regarding my speech or my discussion, I definitely would need your intervention at times.
Yes.
Because I am sure that there are subjects which I think you have a better, what do you call, command over.
No, it's not that.
So, and a bit of relief also from time to time.
Yeah.
A breather, maybe a breather.
Yes. Yes, yes.
So anyway, let's go down to straight to Satyajit Ray.
Don't worry. We will do that.
Sorry?
Yes, you can. I can hear you. Perfect.
Now, we have planned to explain this evening what uniqueness lied behind Satyajit Ray and his contribution as a graphic artist in all his films. Now, this is not very unpredictable, unexpected, that a person like Satyajit Ray, who worked as a very, very competent commercial artist for a long period of time, more than 10 years, 12 years, before he joined or he launched his first film. So his reputation was very high, and so was his confidence. And that is exactly the basic point of this discussion, that he was primarily a commercial artist before he turned into a filmmaker. So it is very obvious that when he starts his own films, whatever graphic requirements, designs in his films or for his films, including poster designing, press ad, and etc. There's so many nitty-gritty involved, or always are involved to a film or with a film. He was more than capable of handling them, because he was himself a graphic designer. He knew all the details of how to execute and take care of the requirements. Now, if you start from the very beginning, when there was a very nebular chance of starting the shooting of his film, the very first stage where he was supposed to convince people to come forward and produce, to put money so that he can start his first film, which he was his envisaged Pother Pachali, his dream venture. And as you know, Pinaki, it's your subject. You dealt with very, very long time, and you have developed a very excellent book on it.
Yes.
Sketches.
Yes. Pother Pachali sketches. Yes.
Should I share now?
No, not yet. I'll
Okay.
come to it. I'll come to it.
Okay.
Now, why that happened? Because he was supposed to write a script for Pother Pachali,
Right.
for his first film, but he himself admitted that he didn't know much about writing scripts.
Right.
What he really knew was how to draw the different situations and make like a comics, you see, and the breakups, the situations, the scenario, the situation breakups, that is, frame after frame.
Sequentiality, sequential graphic narratives.
Exactly. And that he knew how to
Yes.
draw, how to make sketches. So there exactly where he really excelled, and his graphic talent and as an illustrator, it came into use. It came in handy, actually. He took help of his talent as an illustrator. So can we see the first sketch? I mean, first visual.
Yeah, sure.
Wonderful.
So these are one of the very few sketches that was part of a script of Pather Panchali. And now we can see the way he handled the light and shade, the tonal variations, not very detailed work, but the impression was very clear.
Right.
He knew that he had to convince his producers, his would-be producers, through these sketches.
Right.
This is the first step he took in what you call creative, in a creative field, how to embellish his, how to take care of the requirement for a film and his own film. This was the first step, first visual suggestion we can have. Now we talk about the film which was made, finally made. Pather Panchali was finally made, and it was planned to be released in August 1955. And we can see, yeah, I remember, because that is my the year of my birth.
Oh wow.
I was born a few months later.
Wonderful.
I am very proud about it, that I am a Pather Panchali year boy.
Ujjalda, can you mute the sound? Ujjalda, I think you need to mute the sound. Ujjalda, I think there is some talking going on. Ujjalda, I think you need to mute the sound. Yes, thank you, Ujjalda. Thank you, Ujjalda. Thank you. Sorry, I mean.
So when the release was planned in August, last week of August, it was on 26th of August it was released. Now what happened was, there was a series of advertisements came in newspaper.
Yes.
Fortunately, I was able to get hold of a few, and I discovered a very interesting thing, that in that particular series there was one advertisement, one press ad came out in Anandabazar Patrika. Can you show, please? No. Okay. Now this is the. Now can you have the third one, please? Yeah. This is the. You can see this ad. This ad came out few days before the release, and this was, what we can see is the face of Opu, but not the entire face. Only the one of his eyes and a partly visible face of Opu. But this is a very striking one, very unusual. Why? Why this what do you call, partial view of Opu?
Yes.
And this is very evident that the first appearance of Opu in the film comes in the same way. Now get back to the second visual, please.
Yes.
Now, if we have seen the film, we would remember very clearly, this is where Opu first appears.
Right.
Through the torn section portion of a quilt. He was supposed to be sent to the school, and it was his sister Durga who is said, Opu, get up, it's time for your school.
Yes.
And Opu just, so this is why Satyajit Babu planned the prasad in that particular way, that Opu only is visible, his eye, only one eye is visible, and through that Opu looks around the world. So it was when I saw the ad, the press ad of Anandabazar Patrika, I was this was the reason basically, and that is where Satyajit Ray, the mind, the concept really comes in. So I'm talking about his very first film, where he showed his merit, that he could really handle the design and all the graphic requirements that is involved in a film.
Devashish, the
Yes.
one thing. Devashish, can we go to the third picture, Gaudav?
The press ad. Yeah.
Yes. One thing I always note is that the demands of the ad, the kind of length and the width that you have, right? So it's like a very vertical kind of that. So it was
It's
already specified, right? So you have to fit in within the kind of space that you have paid for, right?
Not exactly.
Okay.
I think no. I think it is quite a deliberate one,
Okay.
because if you think of the very first ad, which I can't show today, there was a silhouette of the boy and the girl,
Yes. Yes.
and Potter Pachali on the top. Even
Yes.
that was also a single column ad. It is because he deliberately wanted to make it very unusual, striking among other ads. And
Yeah,
I think
I can see that.
and you can always you can always differentiate,
Yes. Yes.
put it aside. Well, this is something different.
Absolutely, because you can see it from the whole page itself.
Yeah. If you see the ad of Oporajito,
Okay.
it is nothing, only the awe,
Yes.
a huge one,
Yes.
blown up. And Porajito is in small types. Why? And there's entirely a huge white space all around.
Right.
Because you see, if you can see this page, you see it looks quite jumbled with all the ads around.
Right.
So no particular ad is clear,
Right.
or it very comes in focus. They all are mixed up with
Okay.
each other. But Potter Pachali's this ad strikes, becomes striking.
Absolutely.
Now let's have that Oporajito press ad, please. Go up. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about.
Yes. Very striking.
These are the initial. If you consider the entire page,
Yes.
then the first thing that is attracts your attention, draws your attention,
Is the awe.
is that portion.
Yes.
Not the awe, not only the awe,
Entire
the white
thing.
space,
White space.
the white space.
Agreed.
So that is very countable. That Satyajit Babu knew. He was a very experienced commercial artist.
Right.
He knew how to draw attention, how to how to sell, how to attract attention. So that is where his films were concerned. He was equally expressive
Okay.
in terms of graphic designing.
Yes.
Now we come to a very interesting press ad. Perhaps you have also missed. I happened to get it from the Anandabazar Patrika archive. Let's see the ad of Opur Shongshar. It's very unusually treated. His third film, it's his fifth film,
Fifth film.
but
The third one in the
not
trilogy.
fifth, actually, fifth film actually.
Yeah.
Now let's see. We'll find out. Gaurav.
Yes.
Now the
Yes.
interesting part is that Opu's the life, the journey of Opu,
Right. Right.
which comes to an
Whole circle.
abrupt halt in this film, Opur Shang. And then it ends. But Opur Shangshar, we can say it's the culmination of the entire storyline
Right.
of Opu. At least Vibhuti Bhushan Bandyopadhyay's Opu. Okay. Now this ad has very interesting thing. Opu abar asche. Opu is back.
Yes.
And we see the two previous Opu in this ad. The Opu of Pather Pachali, the Opu of Aparajito. You can see the small sketches.
Yes.
It's very, very unique. These two reference of previous Opu was very important. He thought that Opu Shongshar, and let's remind our viewers that they have seen Pather Pachali, they have remembered Opu of Pather Pachali, they remembered Opu of Aparajito, and then the same Opu is back. So he made those very interesting sketches. And these are the small things which really he used to add into the spirit of the advertisement. Now we'll go to another, which Porosh Pathor press ad.
Yes, that's very
Gaurav,
exciting.
please. Yeah, this is another unique way of handling an advertisement, which goes back to Satyajit Ray's father, Sukumar Ray's a poem, a nonsense poem, and that was actually part of it was almost like a comics. There was story and there was small rhyme. আহ্লাদে আটখানা হলো পাশের বাড়ির ছেলে. আহ্লাদে আটখানা. Now it's a proverb in Bengali that if we are too excited, too happy, too overjoyed, you are broken into pieces, 8 pieces. It's a very odd way of it's a kind of a suggestive thing. He took up this breaking up of 8 pieces and he made this ad, and if you read the copy, he said Paresh Dotto Allade Atkhana, and
Yes.
immediately you are reminded of his father
Sukumar Ray.
Sukumar Ray's that particular. That's absolutely nonsense. These has no meaning. Allah de Atkhana hoye gelo. It is just a very suggestive thing, and Sukumar Ray actually made the sketch. Can you show the sketch also, Gaurav?
Yes. Yeah.
This was the sketch, original sketch of Sukumar Ray, and he actually played with the reality as if it's a reality, and that made it so odd and so ridiculous, basically, and that is why it exudes humor, absolute humor. When you look at the ad, it can't happen actually. It is only when you speak, oh Allah de Atkhana hoye gelo, but actually Sukumar Ray produced it in visual, and
Right.
Satyajit Ray worked the same thing in his press ad. Now get back to the press ad, please.
Wow.
No, not the get back.
You have to go
I
back.
said get back.
Yeah, this one.
Yeah. Now there is another interesting thing. If you see the logo of Porosh Pathor,
Right.
can you see
Yes.
2 diamonds?
Small, yeah. One black and one
And-
white.
Yes, but basically one is a touchstone.
Right.
The black one is the stone, the touchstone,
Right.
the Porosh Pathor, and the both are touching one another. It is so obvious, so suggestive, so it is very obvious. It gives you the entire feel. Porosh Pathor, the 2 stone coming together. So it is revealed in the logo itself. So these are all mastermind of Satyajit Ray himself.
Very detailed
Being
work.
such
Very
a
detailed.
brilliant, very cerebral also.
Yes.
Small touches where the story, the theme comes out clearly. Now the theme Gonna press ad, please.
Yeah. Gaurav, yeah. Yeah. Thank you.
Now see here, Satyajit Ray, what he does is he had to show, because there are three different films, short films put together, three stories of Rabindranath filmed and put together. Now there are three characters, three women, and he wanted to show all these three women in one ad. How can that be possible? The only thing he could have done, the normal thing he could have done, is showing the stills, of the film,
Yes.
straight from the film, but very common. Anybody could have done it.
Right.
He wanted to mix up these three characters with one another, superimposed. You can see the three characters, and only that can be done. That is possible when you actually do it by hand.
Line drawing.
So he drew, he had drawn the characters, and see the characters coming out so well. The
Agreed.
character Monihar, Moni Malika, that is
right.
on the right, Moni Malika. We can see only one of her eyes, but
Mm.
it's so very clearly defined, the character. I'm sorry, that is not Moni Malika. Moni Malika is in the middle.
Middle.
That is Minu. No, on the right. The part played by Aparna.
Shomapti.
Minu. The character was Minu.
Min.
So,
Shomapti.
so see now how he had created the three characters coming together. Another interesting thing is, very, very interesting thing is, that Thaw of Teen. It also depicts the
Three.
digging
Bengali.
in Bengali.
Right.
So it is kind of a punning with double meaning. That is what he had done later on. So many times he had been doing this kind of, he used to play with digits and types
Right.
in so many ways, so many beautiful, expressions he had. Now we go to his first color film, Kanchenjunga. And
Yeah, I think this is interesting.
this was the booklet cover. The booklets which were distributed were sold while during the show, during the interval, where you have this the story given into it, the entire cast and the pictures, skills, a bit of details of the film. Now, this is very intriguing. This booklet cover, it actually brings out the entire function of the film, the climax of the film, to be very specific. Now, first we can talk about the logo, Kanchenjunga. It was written in a particular style which was very close to Tibetan script, very close, not much of affinity, but we can get some suggestiveness, some kind of feel that it is followed with this Tibetan script. Okay, but it has a form of a mountain. It's written in a particular way, and a form of a mountain which is supposed to be Kanchenjunga itself. And the types at the bottom are the smaller hills.
Okay. Yeah.
At the foot of Kanchenjunga. It's obvious. Now, this logo, which Satyajit Babu planned, or he had he had the idea, the concept. He conceptualized this. According to the climax of the film, when we see that the snow-capped Kanchenjunga, a part of it, the west side of it, has the afternoon ray of sun, the warm yellow color falling on the snow, the white snow, and that is why the separation of two colors. It was obvious in the film. In the last
Yes.
reel, in the last minute, actually, at the very end, we see that the mountain, the range is visible, and that was
Kanchenjunga.
when sun is falling on the ice and becomes yellow. It's
Right.
so very
I think Devashish, the sound is breaking a bit.
meaningful. This
Devashish,
no, we I don't know why.
the sound
think
is
they have
breaking
to-
a bit. Yeah, now it is better. Now it is better. Hello?
Okay,
Yes, now it is better.
it's okay now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay now. Okay
Yeah,
now.
yeah. So Devashish, yeah.
No.
So so
For
Devashish, just 1 minute.
Kanchenjunga,
Devashish, 1 minute, right? Hello?
yes.
So Devashish,
okay.
since we are trying to divide the time as well, so you can actually go on for 6-7 minutes more, and then we can come back to you again. So this is the way we have divided it. So
Okay, well, let's
Yes.
talk about Kanchenjunga.
yes,
Then talk about how different ways
hello,
can we show the Kanchenjunga title card?
yes,
Gaurav, what is happening?
yes, yes.
So this is the title card where we on the film with the film actually when
Right.
they show the film, the Kanchenjunga. Here actually he followed the Tibetan script completely, and how he converted the Tibetan script into Bengali one. We have seen the other Kanchenjunga, now is the second one. Now the third occasion when this was published as a script, he again made a new logo of it. Let's have another one. Yes. Now see the variety.
Right.
The variety of way, in the various ways he handled the same type, the same word. So that is where Satyajit Ray was unique in the sense, and that how he contributed in his films. Now, can I take some rest now?
Yeah, I think Devashish da. So let us go to Ujjwal da, and then we will come back because I think you will also speak about the other title cards like Pratidwandi and the other things. So let us go to Ujjwal da for some time and then come back to you. Will it be okay? Can you hear me, Devashish da?
Yes, of
Okay.
course. Go ahead.
Okay. So Ujjwal da, we need to get the sound on. Ujjwal da, can you hear me? Ujjwal da, can you hear me? But I think, yeah, I can. So Ujjwal da, can you? Of course, Ujjwal da, I know that you are also there in the set of Satyajit Ray as an observer. You have been with Satyajit Ray for a long period of time. You have followed his work. So do you think any kind of special experience you have, or you have, because your approach to the graphic design thing is very, very different. It is much more, I call it the architecture of graphic design, kind of the mathematics part of it, the geometric part of it. So can you just begin with anything that you wish to do regarding the film posters or the film title cards or the brochures, whatever you think is relevant?
I think Ray had a special magic machine embedded in his brain. He was a he was fond of summarization of the main ideas, like these kind of things. You remember there was a beautiful no, don't no. Okay, is it okay now?
Now this is okay. This is okay.
This is okay. Huh? There was one Bengali letter. It was drawn like this first, and if you fold the letter,
This
only
is
one
in,
fold.
this is in where Ujjalda we just missed. This is where don't know in where
Joy Baba Felunath.
Joy Baba Feluna.
So the method and the process of thinking was very, very simple. It was done like this. It was actually conceptualized like this. First, if you draw the complete Dantanna here, okay, is it okay? Dantanna.
This is okay.
And if you fold it only once,
Right.
what you get is this. And nearly this was used in the poster of Joy Baba Felunath.
So it's a truncated Jontenna, right? It's
Yes,
a truncated.
truncated Dantanna.
Without that, without that circle, right?
Without the circle and without the trunk.
Without
the
the trunk.
elephant-like trunk, which you see, exactly, which you see, but nose, which you see in front of, hanging in front of any Dantanna, or many of the Bengali letters like O, Ho, Fo. Actually, Bengali letters are full of these kind of trunks, elephant trunks. And if you just truncate them, I think it's a process of summarization. It's a kind of a mathematical summarization. It's not only design, it's a kind of a mathematical. I think a mathematical mind was always active in Ray's heart and brain, and in his brain. And how I think he's Sharoda Ranjan Rai, the grandfather of his, the elder brother of his grandfather Upendra Kishore Rai, he was a mathematician.
Okay.
And Sukumar Rai and Upendra Kishore Rai, both of them were fond of mathematics because they had to do technically superior things than what was that time being done in Calcutta or in the world.
Okay.
So I think Ray used to carry the germs of mathematical ideas in his brain since his childhood.
So I think in
it was
graphic
a
design
kind of-
also that came, right? In graphic design, that came.
Yes, yes. Otherwise, I think it would have been possible for him to conceptualize this kind of summarization.
Okay.
Now we can come to a very interesting example.
Okay.
This is this is a cover design of a very famous children's book, Gangtok-e Gondogol.
Right.
And the design looks a bit crowded
Right.
because all the characters are shown in the design. But I think the basic structure hidden in the design is very, very simple. It's like this.
Okay.
This is the basic design hidden
Okay. I
in the
can make out.
structure.
Okay. So you have a kind of you have a very recognizable mathematical shape taking place, right?
Yes.
I can make
And
out.
you know, everyone knows that this is a structure. This is the structure of Fibonacci, Fibonacci structure.
The
And
Fibonacci, yes.
Fibonacci is a Fibonacci structure. And if you divide the space via a Fibonacci structure, you will get a very simple form, very, very simple, which may remind one of the structure of a galaxy.
So it's a sequence. So
And this
Fibonacci
is the
sequence.
basic-
Oh, that's wonderful.
Fibonacci sequence.
Right.
And if you place the faces, the portraits of the character depicted in the story, what you get is this. And
Okay.
it's very difficult for people to understand that a mathematical structure, a very simple Fibonacci structure, is hidden under the fantastic design. I think the popularity of the design depends partially at least, on the Fibonacci structure hidden
But
in
do
it.
you think, Ujjalda, just coming back to the subject, because this is a book, right? So, say in the film poster, or you are showing me the Ganoshottru thing, so do you think
Yes,
this is
I will.
also replicated there?
Yes, it was this design in 1970. It was done in 1970, and this design was replicated in the poster of Pratidwandi, the same
Okay.
design.
Okay.
Because Dhitiman Chatterjee, Siddhartha's face was placed here, and all other characters were
Arranged in that
decorated, were
fashion.
used like this, arranged in that fashion. Acha, please show the Pratidwandi's poster. Is it possible?
I don't have the Pratidwandi poster
Yes,
right
yes, yes.
now. Okay.
Please hold a second.
So we are doing it a bit slowly. We will alternate between Ujjalda and Devashishda, so that both of them get enough time to space out. So yeah, so Ujjalda, can we see the Pratidwandi poster?
And I think the design is recognizable. Here is the look at Dhitiman Chatterjee's face, and all other faces are arranged in a Fibonacci sequence. So ultimately, it has become very, very simple. It hasn't become crowded.
Okay.
So I think a mathematical mind can only do this. He could have done it.
I think we have a similar kind of a.
I think
visual
Ujjalda,
in
Devashishda
Chidiakhana.
was also. So Gaurav, can you just Ujjalda, 1 minute, please. Devashishda also want to show certain thing which is related to this. So let us do this same time, and then again I am coming back to you. Okay, Ujjalda.
Okay.
Is it okay? We will come back to you. Devashishda, so let me share one thing. Devashishda, do you want me to show the Pratidwandi?
Yeah. You can stop here. What we. Yeah. Okay. It's over.
So I have to show you this part, right?
Yeah. Only the name. Only the name. The title of the film.
Yes.
Now, this is a work of a very high quality graphic designer. This is the ultimate thought process of a graphic designer, the uniqueness of a graphic designer, when you are elaborating or you are explaining the adversary, the fight between the Siddhartha and the city, maybe everybody is his opponent. Now that feeling has come out in this. We never saw that the complete Pratidwandi word coming together. Either it is Prati or Dwandi. That is the two rivals. So I think it was a brilliant idea, brilliant, absolutely. Now you talk about the press ad or the logo of Pratidwandi. What was the logo? What was the brand of Pratidwandi? The particular character Siddhartha. Okay, Siddhartha was the protagonist of the film. Now, can you show the press ad?
Huh?
Gaurav, can you show the still first?
Yeah.
The still. This is a sequence of a film where he is imagining, dreaming that he was shooting at the person he disliked most, the boss of his sister. Anyway, so that this is absolutely a very not a serious, not a realistic thing that actually happened. So this is actually converted. This particular situation has been converted into the press ad, into a very interesting visual, a cartoonish visual, where we see the Siddhartha as a cartoon, as a caricature. Let's have that press ad. See, this was the press ad, and we can see this is a caricature of Siddhartha, making him look like a Quixotian a character coming out with the revolver, the gun, which is a very backdated one, and
Yes.
it would never work. So this is actually a futile attempt of a dream, futile dream, absurd. And this is where Satyajit Ray created a unique satire in Pradip Dondi's advertisement.
Right, right. So, Devashita, can we go back to Ujjalda and let Ujjalda also put in a bit about the other things?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Ujjalda, Ujjalda, you were speaking something. We broke up because Devashita also brought a very different dimension. One good thing is, both of you are talking about the same thing, but both of you are actually talking about it from so different angle that actually shows how rich an artist he was, how deep an artist he was. Yes, Ujjalda.
I think what Devashish told is fantastic, but I would like to add only one point here.
Okay.
Siddhartha, two legs of Siddhartha, it was also it might have also conceptualized through just a simple folding of the basic action. If you fold the paper, you will get on the left hand one leg is protruding out like a trunk, and the second leg is lagging behind. It's the same kind of summarization.
There's a bit of a symmetry which is achieved by just folding things, by simple things like folding a paper.
I don't think it was. I haven't thought about it. It's not really symmetry. I think he was interested in showing two sides of a character, division of the mind of a character, like Porosh Pathor. Porosh was painted on the black background, and Pathor was written on the white background. Right. Same kind of thing. Like Kanchenjunga, Devashish showed this. Kanchan was painted with yellow, right, and Jangha remained white. This is very interesting. He had a normal tendency of dividing everything into 2 or 3 parts, not more than that. Like the title of Ganashotru.
Okay.
Is it visible? Is it visible?
Yes, it is visible. Perfect.
Ganashotru. First, you can write Ganashotru and he separated the 4 letters. Clearly separated with white lines, and these lines were seen in letterpresses.
Right.
It's not possible to do it with computers. And after that, if you just fold after one fold, the first letter is vanished. After the second fold, the second letter is vanished. Only Shotru remains. And after the third fold, third letter is vanished, and then the entire name was vanished.
Right.
The simple case of series of folding, and this way he used to make things, he used to make the works and the thought process very, very simple. it was like a sonata in 3 movements,
Okay.
3 clearly defined spaces, 3 clearly defined ideas, like 2 legs of Siddhartha. One is protruding and the other is receding. It's his own mind.
Wonderful. So, Ujjwala, do you have anything more to speak about this? Anything related to
Actually, he
brochures?
used. No. Actually, my main point is he
Right.
was extremely interested in this structure. Extremely interested. It's the Fibonacci sequence, a very basic arithmetic, I think. It's 0, 0, 1,
Hmm.
1, 1.
Right.
If we add this, 1 plus 1, 2, 2 plus 1, 3, 3 plus 5, 8, and it will go on and on until we reach the infinity point. The first point is it's the number, the power of the number is increasing dramatically. First, it starts with a very simple 0, 1, 1, no power, 2, 3, no power. Suddenly it becomes 5, and suddenly becomes 8. And after it, it becomes 13, and after that it will become 21.
Okay, but
So-
how this is translated to design, Ujjwala? So that is the point, for our lay viewers.
Yes.
How
This
do you
is
think?
design. This is 0,
Right.
0, 1, 1, 2, 3, 5. That distance is being increased, dramatically increased. 5, 8, 13, now 21. So
So-
like the tail of a galaxy, it's inconceivable. The tail of the Fibonacci structure.
So
And
you are
this
talking
is,
about the layout, right? You are talking about the way he used to lay out the
The ba-
composition of the posters.
the basic structure. How did he conceptualize the things? I think his way of conceptualization is so simple, so simple. It's like a Beethoven symphony in 3 movements, 4 movements. Starts with a simple 2, 3 notes like Fifth Symphony and ends in a great crescendo, inconceivable power. And I think Beethoven was inspired by Fibonacci structure, and so Ray was.
Wonderful.
And from
Yeah. Ujjwala, anything?
okay. No. I think it's enough.
So we will go back to you, Ujjwala. No. Of course, it's so interesting. But Devashishda.
Hmm.
Okay, so Devashishda, you are also very interested in the title cards. Especially you talked to me about the Ashwini Sanket and all that. So you can continue with a bit of the way you are going on. You talked about Pratidwandi a bit. So do you want to talk about the other title cards or other posters or the brochures or the booklets? Anything?
See, let's stick to the title cards at the moment.
Yes.
Ujjwal had taken it in such a level of discussion. It's very difficult for me to adjust, you see.
No. Ujjwala is of course talking in it's a very philosophical, in kind of ideology of design. And you are
Yes.
also talking about the practicality, the production part. So it's very interesting because it complements both. I think it's, the complementary.
Well, I think it's quite doubtful. Anyway, let's talk about the title at the moment. What we see on the before the film starts, actually. And can we start with? You have Arone Din Rati. There is something.
I have. So can I show you that? Yeah. So let me play out. Can you see my screen now? Can you see my screen?
I can see.
Yes.
Okay. So what do you want me to
Where is
start?
the sound coming from? This hammering sound coming from some place. I don't know.
I don't know. Some participant may have got their mics on. So that may be the reason.
They're hammering us or what? They are trying to hammer us or what? First, can you put it into a still? Somebody might be trying to hammer us. No, put it in a still now. Please, 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 please.
Can you see the screen now?
Still করো এটাকে। করছি, এবার still করো এটাকে, please.
আচ্ছা।
পারবে? হ্যাঁ। Now, this is the opening scene of Orone Dinratri, and later, just after a few seconds, the title starts, to show. The title begins. আমরা কিন্তু এগিয়ে যাচ্ছি, এটাকে পজ করা যাবে?
আমি টাইটেলটা দেখাচ্ছি, আমি টাইটেলটাতে so this is the time.
এখন দেখিও না। হ্যাঁ, now what I want to show is, না তুমি এখন স্টপ করে দাও প্লিজ, আমি কয়েকটা জিনিস বলে নি। now ওটাকে থামানো যাচ্ছে না, এগিয়ে যাবেই।
I have stopped it.
Please. Now, what I'm trying to show is that Satyajit Ray conceived a new style of type. He created a new type of set of type designing to suit this particular visual. He wanted to show the moving from what you can see from a moving car, the jungle outside, and we would see that the entire the jungle is moving with the car. The
Right.
effect is there, and the entire effect we can see through the types, as if the types are the window of the car itself. Now, for that matter, Satyajit Ray had to invent, to create a new style of Bengali font, which is thick enough, which is broad enough to accommodate the visual which goes through it or passes through it. এবার দেখাও, বুঝতে পারবে সবাই।
Can you see it, Devashish da? Ujjwal da, can you see it? All of you?
Clearly.
Wonderful.
See, this is the type,
I have stopped it.
and this was entirely a Satyajit Ray's creation, entirely.
So this is newly created by him.
Absolutely, a bit of a shift from the original Vidyasagari type, which was very favorite of his, but that he reformed, he reconstructed and made it solid. You can see all the types are solid, thick, solid, so that we can use it as it's like a a window. You can see through it. It's thick, it's solid, and it's not very easy, because Bengali type is itself very complicated to write, to design, because it has so many types which are mixed up type, joint types. যেটাকে আমরা বলি যুক্তাক্ষর,
cognate.
Shomit Bhanjo. It's so difficult. Yeah, if you go to Shomit Bhanjo, এরপরে আছে।
Look,
এরপরে স্টিলতে আছে।
this one.
না এরপরে Shomit Bhanjo দেখছি, এই যে Shomit Bhanjo. See, these are the
The
cognate
cognate.
and it's very difficult. Yeah, it's very difficult to create a very what do you call, very what do you call, if you can make out, it's very difficult to make very convincingly. Bhanjo পড়া যাচ্ছে, you can read it, it's very difficult.
Right. Ujjwal da has actually written a book on type, Bengali type. Ujjwal da, do you want to add a bit on this?
No, I think what Devashish has already said is enough, more than enough.
Okay, wonderful. Wonderful.
And he this way continued. Not that only he left it here only. All the types, the entire title was written in the same style. It was so difficult. But it was possible because Satyajit Ray was a genius in creating types, in developing, in conceiving, concepting a type. He was outstanding. See,
Okay.
each and every type has a very related one. Now, we have another type to show, na?
Gupiga and Bagabai?
Yeah. And he is a different Satyajit Ray here. Entirely different Satyajit Ray. This film was made just before this Arunne Din Ratri, and here he comes out, excels as one of the premier illustrator for children's books, as if. See the drawings, very simple, very lucid, very funny, and very simple.
Also almost caricaturish sometimes.
Time. Yeah,
Beautiful.
humorous. And the entire thing, and then the type is so much, coming hand to hand with the types, the drawings. And
Also,
through
one
the
thing,
drawing, the entire story is told.
Devash is the one thing, and Ujjalda, if you can also join in, the way he actually does the matra, the matra above, the entire matra is like
It's
a
like
continuous thing. So if there is any comment you can make on that.
Actually, the
Actually, he was
matra
very
here
fond of
is
the
done very
waves,
deliberately.
wave-like things. Yes.
Exactly. He
So,
wanted to create a wave. He wanted to
Okay.
create a wave. Everywhere there is a wave. With the
Okay.
matra, the wave is complete. Without
Okay.
the matra, the type would have been, very
Floating.
different, and separated. But this matra had the
Ties it all
connection.
together. Ties this all together.
Yeah. Exactly.
Ujjalda, you are also talking about something else. He was fond of, he was telling something.
Actually,
Ujjalda, can you
Debashish
hear
has
me?
already told this. Ray
Yes.
was fond. Yes, clearly. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Ray was very fond of waves. And
Okay.
the entire thing, all the titles were done via waves. It's like the waves of ecstasy, waves, Anando Lahori, which is called in Bengali Anando Lahori, means the waves of ecstasy. It will be flown, it will be seen in the entire cinema. And the matras were the prelude to the waves.
Okay. One thing is also, defines a kind of continuity.
Can I add one more thing?
Yes, of course, Devashish.
Yes,
Please.
yes.
Yes,
Can
please.
I add one more thing?
Yes, please. Please go ahead.
One very important point is, if you notice properly, the way he has written his spellings, Ganguly, Orko Ganguly, that is not the natural or normal way. This is where, as if a child has written it.
Right.
A child always makes this kind of mistakes, and this is a very unfinished way of writing. See, Ganguly, when a child writes, and it's a children film.
Yes.
And a child always,
Sudhir Ganguly.
exactly, and a child Orko, it is Orok.
Yes. Orko. Yes.
Or whatever, Tarok. I think it is Tarok. I don't know.
Taruk.
Maybe. Okay.
Yes.
Huh.
But Ganguly, I think, is a very interesting take. It's like a child writing Ganguly without
And
the.
a child never bothers about where the matra is required or matra will not be shown. So it is almost the dha doesn't have a matra, but here the entire thing go. So this is a flavor of child art also. A child writing the types. Maybe that is also intended. I don't know, but this can be another explanation.
Fascinating. I think these are very fascinating things, and also, Ujjalda and Devashish, do you think it also defines a kind of continuity because you actually add the matra, kind of it kinds of a flow or a continuity, so it also defines that. This is beautiful. I think this is a beautiful, Borfi and the Borfi being depicted like this. As Devashishda was telling, the whole story of Gopika in Bhagabain is being narrated here. So you can see, I'm just, fast forwarding it because it's a long kind of title. But you can see it ends up with the war sequence, okay? And then, of course, this is, of course, so this is the way it ends. Basically, we have talked a lot about certain things related to his film. And one thing that Devashishda and Ujjalda was always talking was that, his film sensibility and his design sensibility almost overlap each other. They strengthened each other. So whenever you use design, you use certain ideas of film sensibility into the design, and in the design, you have a bit of a film sensibility, and in the film, you have a bit of design as well. So, Ujjalda, do you want to talk about it? In the film, the way he incorporated his design sensibility. So, although it is not specifically about, design per se, but, even in film sequences, in the compositions, the way he actually talked about design. So, Ujjalda, if you can talk about it a bit.
Actually, what I felt, very strongly felt, that all of Ray compositions, barring a few close-ups, big close-ups, all of Ray compositions were created on the basis of the Fibonacci sequence. From the first shot of Pather Panchali to the final shot of Agantuk. It's very, very unusual. The way he used to place his characters, they used to arrange his characters, he always followed these number sequence, and gradually the characters lose their importance in the tail of the composition. That's why in all of his films, we always see a big face on the right side of the frame, and the other cats are getting diminished on the left side or the side of the frame. You can get it from Pather Panchali to Nayok, which was very clearly used in Nayok, where we get Uttam Kumar's face very big on the right side of the screen, and his secretary, he was shown as a small figure on the left side of the screen, of left corner. And it was very clearly used in Ganashatru. His face was big, and Shaumitra's face was made deliberately small. It was also used in, you remember the shot in the,
yeah, I think it's a bit, I think it's a bit low now. Yeah, can you, now Ujjalda, you can be heard. Tell me. Hello.
And the very famous sequence, can you hear me, Pinaki?
Yes, I can hear you.
A celebrated composition of Agantuk was this. Utpal Datta, the anthropologist, the Monomohan Mitra, was sitting just below a banyan tree, reclining on the banyan tree, and his face was shown in a big profile on the right side of the screen. And the entire family, all the family members were slowly coming, and I can remember, I counted that they walked 26 steps to reach Monomohan Mitra. And so in the same composition, we got Utpal Datta as a big profile with a right heavy composition, and the entire family as a small unit. And you can only get this if you clearly and consciously apply the Fibonacci numbers. Otherwise, it was very difficult to get these kind of continuously getting these kind of compositions in all his films.
Okay.
Remember Charulata? And he was very fond of y-axis, like the columns in Shatranj Ki Khiladi, and the column of the decorated cot of Charulata, he always used y-axis as a strong support of the entire composition. And this proves that he was very fond of trigonometry. Can you hear
Okay.
me?
Okay. So, Ujjalda, Ujjalda, yeah. So, I mean, it's wonderful. I mean, it's fascinating the way you speak about, mathematical mind, taking over a kind of creative genius. But this is a very interesting trigger, because if you really want to know a lot about it, I think it is great to, talk to Ujjalda. And I think he has much more details, to flesh out of this. And this
Actually,
is also
I
very
have
unique.
written a book about it. I have
Okay.
written a book, The Mathematical Basis of the Bengali Typefaces, created
Yes.
by Ray and other Purnendu Putri.
Yes.
And,
So that book is just published.
Debashish.
Yes. Yes. So
In
Devash is
Dhaka.
it's from Dhaka. It's published from Dhaka. I think it's from Kobi publisher, right? Publisher Kobi.
Kobe, yes.
Yes, Kobe. Devashishda, you are also talking about the way he evolved, right, as a kind of a designer, as his films went by, right? So from Pather Panchali, and then he's going to the, to his last. For example, look at Ghore Baire poster as well. You talk about a lot about the Ghore Baire poster, which is in this later phase. So how do you look at his evolution? As a publicity designer, I'm talking about the designing that he used to do in publicity stills, in the posters, in the brochures, in the press kit even, right?
Well, the change had to come. No, the
Yes.
change, the evolution had to come because the phase was changing. The initial phase was black and white. The black and white period was over by Sonar Kella almost, and he was actually stepping into the color period of his films. But let's talk about a very interesting poster of Charulata. Can we show the 11 Gaurav? Number 11, please. Gaurav, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. Now, this is a much, acclaimed, appreciated poster.
Beautiful.
But what is so unique or what is so unusual about it? Why? Why did Satyajit Ray had to draw this, the portrait of Charulata, instead of using maybe usually what he could have done is he could have used a still, but the still would have been in black and white. And one particular still wouldn't have created or wouldn't have evoked the necessary impact which this particular portrait drawn by Satyajit Ray himself really, was meaningful enough. Here we can find out, we can feel Charu with all his agony, in uncertainty, and the vacant look of Charu, with only the bindi on the forehead, nothing else.
Yes.
This is the simplicity, and this is a most striking way of coming out with the storyline, with the drama, and with the final tragedy. Now, this happened everywhere. Whenever they had to show, they had to create a poster from a black and white film. The graphic designer had to excel, had to exert, like we had the poster of this Orson Welles film, Magnificent Ambersons.
Oh, magnificent. Yeah.
And it was drawn by no other than American illustrator, Norman Rockwell.
Rockwell. Yes.
Now,
Right.
we talk about a film called Anatomy of Murder.
Right.
It's a black and white film, but we see the poster, the design was done by no other than Saul Bass, because they had to take, I mean, they had to create a different angle of visual presentation. The photograph will not do in this case. And one other thing we have not discussed, what about other filmmakers in Bengal? There are quite a few who were also, like Satyajit Ray, came from a commercial art background. The foremost was Purnendu Potri.
Yes.
Then we had Rajen Tarafdar, and we still have with us all Octavian Nitish Mukherjee.
Right.
But the difference with Satyajit Ray and these people were, Satyajit Ray was prolific. Satyajit Ray, they never made such regular films in such regular, what do you call, most of the time, every year. And they were not so prolific. And Satyajit Ray, the way he handled his films, including the costumes, we have not yet uttered a single word about the costumes.
Yeah,
The set
we are
design.
actually having another discussion on it, set design and costumes. Next one.
It's fascinating when you talk about costumes only for Gupiga and Bhagabain. It's
Right.
absolutely fascinating. I'll
Shatranj ki
End.
khiladi.
I'll end with only one one small factor. In Gupiga and Bhagabain, we have in the initial stage when Gupi Baga come to Shundi Raja, and Shundi Raja says, okay, you will become my guest. You stay in my palace, and they're given a room. The moment they enter, Gupi discovers there is a bird hanging from the that iron, what do you call, the setting. What is the bird? It was macaw.
Right.
One of the most colorful species, most colorful, what do you call, living creature in the world. Why macaw? Why he had to put a macaw where it's a black and white film and he can't show the color of the bird, but indirectly the viewers get the feel of color. That is where the planning really worked, you see. That to put macaw there just to replenish, just to make it up, that okay, black and white film, but you can get the feel
Of color.
that flavor of color.
Right.
So there are so many factors, there's so many this kind of small his contributions were out of proportion actually.
Right. Right. So Ujjalda and
We really need discussions.
yeah, we can never end this discussion. Ujjalda, any
Yes,
parting
it
comments,
never ends.
any comments with which you want to end? Something that actually really fascinates you as a designer for the films that you made. Maybe some with its respect to publicity design. Anything that you want to talk about? Say, of course, we can understand the mathematical part, and I think it's very important that people read your book, because that's a very it's also very not easy for everybody to grasp. But the way you have shown it, I can make out the way the arrangement can be done. So anything, Ujjalda, we want to add, because we need to also end the program, and we will take one or two questions if there are some.
Actually, I have only one line to say, because everything has been, all the points have been covered beautifully by Debashish. I have one line to say. If we try to start understanding Ray via trigonometry and via Fibonacci sequence, I think understanding Ray's design would be very, very simple, very simple.
Do you think Ray did it? I mean, Ray ever talk to you about that? Because you are there with Ray. Did Ray talk
Obviously,
about?
obviously, yes.
He did it. He
The
discussed it with you.
folding, yes, the folding paper and the structure of the galaxy, was fascinated with the structure of the galaxy, because in all his science fictions, we can see the structure of galaxy painted just beyond the window of Professor Bomjatri diary, the diary of a space traveler.
So he talked to you about this, right?
Yes,
he
I will
discussed
tell
this.
it in detail afterwards. I will tell it about
Wonderful.
this in detail.
So if he talked about it, I think if you somehow compile the interview, or some in certain way, it will be also helpful for us.
Kind of,
But
yes.
let us see if there are any questions. Most of them are very most of them have praised the lectures of both Devashishda and Ujjalda. So it's really praised. We don't have a lot of questions. I will also glean the the part where we have the YouTube special. A lot of people are asking about Devashishda, although Ujjalda and Devashishda both answered it, about the Porosh Pathor, the kind of dichotomy that you have with the black and the white. Devashishda, you showed the small logo of Porosh Pathor.
Yes.
So a lot of people have asked about that. So does the logo of Porosh Pathor shows the two sides of reality? One is white, which can enlighten your life, and the dark part, which can ruin. So is it a kind of a binary? Is it, opposite to each other? Is it something that he's talking about? That is the question by Pamela Dash.
Shall I say a few words?
Yes, of course you will. Please. It's a question to you, sir. Devashishda.
Actually, there are certain things which is not very easy to explain. Only
Right.
the person who had done this, who had created this, would have been the right person to answer. We have only to judge according to our own experience, our own thought process, and to come to certain what you call a conclusion. That is about all. So it is like an open answer, open question, and it's an open end. So
Wonderful.
anybody can explain, anybody can understand it according to their own way. So everybody is welcome
I think
to
Devashishda.
come out with new suggestiveness.
Wonderful. I think that's a wonderful note, Devashishda, because these discussions in Ujjalda also, this discussion can actually go on forever, right? And we can never stop, talking about this multifaceted person. But I think that's a very good ending that Devashishda, kind of food for thought. It's
Exactly.
such an open-ended thing, that everyone is welcome to, of course, Ujjalda and Devashishda have written books, but we also want others to write and others to understand the design and contribute to the canon.
That is what the real uniqueness of Satyajit Ray, that we never stop at any level to that this is final.
There is last
This
question.
is no final. We always explore new angles. Yes.
So new vistas, yes.
What
So there was a question, but by Sanjukta Chaudhuri, who was actually a fan of Devashishda. She wrote that she's a huge fan of Devashishda's illustrations. As we all know, who is not a fan of Devashishda? Also, Ujjalda, there is a question that was Ray into symmetry when he was illustrating portraits. Although this is not related, but I thought that I would take the question and end the program. So Ujjalda, do you think Ray was into symmetry when he drew the portrait?
The symmetry means, I think Ray had a tendency of divide one face into two kinds of expression. If you remember the face of Chunibala Devi, Indir Thakur in Pather Panchali, his two eyes expressed two kinds of expression. It's very interesting. He divide he divided Indy Chakroon's face into two clearly defined, two different spaces, two different expressions. It's very interesting.
Yeah, Shubham, there was something that you asked related Bohos. I have actually, I think this is more where I can talk about, because one of my things that I am researching on Ray is the way Bohos design actually, the sensibility, not Bohos, but sensibility of Bohos is there in Ray. I think that's another discussion. We can always go on with it, the relation of Bohos with Ray. We can go on. Sorry, Shubham, we cannot take the question right now because it actually can spiral into a kind of an half-an-hour session again. And frankly, we don't have time for that. So if you wish to, I can give you, my email. You can actually write to me, and I can actually maybe, or you can also write to Devashishda and Ujjalda. I can get you in contact and we can discuss it privately. But thank you, Devashishda. Thank you, Ujjalda. I mean, it has been a wonderful session because Devashishda has actually traced the beginning of Ray's journey from Pathet Panchali as a filmmaker and the mark that he made as a designer while, working on his films, right? Wonderful. He has actually talked about the evolution. He had talked about typography. He has talked about illustrations and whatnot. And also Ujjalda has brought a completely different dimension to it. He is talking about the mathematical mind, a very unusual kind of explanation. But, Ujjalda is actually backing it up with his own ideology, the way, Ray's mind walked, very, very unique. And we can always, expand the horizon as we go further. So thank you, everybody who were patiently with us, hearing this. It was a pleasure for me, I am a fan of both Ujjalda and Devashishda. So of course, everybody is a fan of Ray, but it's a pleasure for me to, moderate this because this is one of the sessions where I am the moderator. It's the first time I'm doing a bit of a moderation. I normally speak a lot.
Can we answer the question of Vimonu Chatterjee, who asked where Ujjal's book will be available?
Okay, Ujjalda, I think I can answer that. Ujjalda's book is still not available in Kolkata. It will be available in Obhijan Publisher. It is a book called Ujjalda. Can you name the book? Ujjalda, can you name the book of the Bengali type?
Bangla Horuf Keno Shobar Shera.
Bangla Horuf Keno Shobar Shera by Kobi Publisher. Bangla Horof Keno. Okay, Vimonu, I can answer. Okay, he wants Ujjalda to answer. So please. Bangla Horof
Keno Shobar Shera. Keno Shobar Shera.
Published by Kobi Publications.
Very simple, very small.
Yes, published by Kobi Publications. It will be available within a month in Kolkata. Obhijan Publishers.
Yes.
Okay, you can look at it. But anyway, thank you so much. So Moushumi, can we just close the session because we are really running short of time. I'm extremely sorry, all of you, because there are a lot of questions which you couldn't answer. Thank you everybody for being persistent. Over to Moushumi.
Thank you all of you. Almost everyone would agree with me that we have learned so much through this discussion today. I would like to thank our speakers and moderators for participating in this discussion. And of course, those who were with us in the audience, because without them, this discussion would have been incomplete. We are elated to have you all with us. Thanks again. I would request everyone to follow our page on Facebook and Instagram and also our website www.kolkatacenterforcreativity.org to receive more updates on upcoming events. Once again, I thank everyone for the delightful evening we had together. Stay safe. Good night.
Thank you.